Ben Poole here for Finextra at World Retail Congress 2014. Now we're going to talk a little about how payments technology can help grow a business. Joining me is Jason Lane from MasterCard Europe. He's Group Head of European Market Development. Jason, for retailers, what are some of the key developments in payment technology?
Technology for retailers is an exciting dynamic in today's modern environment. I think as we see the rate and the pace of change of technology and really more the drive of the consumer in adopting new technologies, it presents good opportunities for retailers to find new ways of engaging with their consumers. I think the phenomenon that we see in showrooming, for instance, where you'll do your research as a consumer online, then you'll get the opportunity to test out the product in a showroom environment. So whether that's a real brick and mortar where you can actually make an in-store purchase or a real showroom opportunity, the real value is being able to engage the consumer, as they do their research, sort of as they get the opportunity to understand and sort of touch and feel, get that tactile elements of the product, and then ultimately, ensure that the process of the purchase, the actual sale conclusion comes through. I think technology presents a great way, most importantly, for retailers, once they get over the hurdle of how to embrace their technology, to engage with their consumers.
How can payment technology help retailers grow their business?
Most importantly, when we talk about growth of business, honestly, the internet presents a much more scale opportunity to reach as wide an audience as possible. I think as we see the shift even in marketing, how do you reach consumers, say, through media, so TV and magazine, through to internet, that also just talks to the pace of how retailers can actually gain access on a scale basis to consumers. And I think talking about growth, technology for retailers is exceptionally interesting because they can understand who you are, what your habits are. Certainly there's more than enough data that can be understood by a retailer as they target you, particularly if there's a loyalty program. So in some ways they're able to sort of target you in a much more sort of prospective fashion. What do you want? What do you need? Ultimately hoping them to sort of close that sales cycle. So I think technology does present, first of all, scale in terms of being able to reach an audience, more opportunity in terms of being able to define how you're going to attract that audience, and actually with omni-channel or just whether it's in-store, online or on your mobile, more opportunities to close the sale.
So what's next for payment technology, and what will this mean for the retail industry?
Technology, honestly, for the retail industry is going to sort of again be driven by consumer demand, by the way in which the consumer wants to engage on a more personal basis. And when we think about what information retailers have today, so we provide them our addresses, we provide them our mobile telephone numbers, we provide them our credit card details. Safety and security is going to be a paramount element that retailers are going to have to demonstrate through their technology. I think that's quite an interesting element because not only do retailers want to engage in a very seamless fashion with their consumers, but more importantly, not only provide the trust of their brand, but actually the trust of that entire interaction. So safety and security in the way in which sort of consumers will engage will be sort of paramount moving forward. And when it comes down to the payment aspect of the experience, which honestly is really a seamless element. I mean, as a consumer, you don't tend to think of, you're not really concerned about how you're going to make the payment. You just want to be able to make the payments. And I think for us, that frictionless element of integrated payments, the safe and secure payments, is the way in which retailers should be and will be focusing in the future.